guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm your host, Conta Turner. In today's episode, I want to address two things. The first being a question that someone did ask me, and the second is my physical pain with my brachial plexus injury. First question. Someone that I know, hey girl, they asked me, would Geraldine ever regain movement? To answer that question, focus. No. It is never meant for my arm to regain movement. The severity of my brachial plexus injury, it was so severe that it has caused nerves to be plucked out. And those are the nerves that move the arm. Right? So, even though I've said it in previous episodes, let me give you a demonstration. So, remember the pedestrian accident? I was hit outside of my car. So, me being hit, the impact, as it hit the arm, right? As it hit the arm and the upper part of my leg, I'm going to use these four fingers. These four fingers are going to be nerves, right? And even though I have to do it with my left hand, the impact is when I guess when I was thrown or whatever, the impact, when it moved me, my head must have gone like that, right? And as it went like that, it was so, it's like whiplash, but worse. So when I went like that, it pulled the nerve from my neck. So that's why I had a cervical spine fracture, right? So when you pull these out, because you pull them, that's it. These were the four nerves, or then whatever thing, I'm not even going to number them. These were the nerves that make the arm function and function properly. Now, had the nerves, let's start again. Had the nerves been in my neck and just been kind of stretched or kind of went all wiggly woggly, then the doctors would have been able to graft them and kind of put them back together so that they could be right or what have you. I had surgery. Remember, y'all remember from previous episodes? I had surgery on my neck. That's the scar right here. And the doctor said that if any of the nerves were viable and he could use them, he was going to cut up along my leg in a pattern and remove, how did he say? I don't want to say he was going to remove nerve. He was going to remove tissue or so, I forget. It was last year. I'm sorry, I don't remember. That he was going to remove something so that he could graft to those nerves so that I could kind of get some movement back and whatever. But when he was in there, he was in my neck and he fired it up, only one move. And that was the movement that does this. Now you see this? Now I can do this. Now guess what? That's not me moving my elbow. That's not my elbow moving around. That is me using my shoulder muscle to control that. Now it's not enough for it to go all the way down to my hand. Now I can make my elbow. Can I make it do it? You can see it, like I can't do it like that. Oh man, So well, I don't like that. That make my shoulder hurt. No. So, but I wanted to show you that because those nerves were plucked out, these were the nerves that literally make your whole arm work, especially the fingers, the wrist, the elbow, to constrict, to go up and down and all around and all that. That's what got plucked out. So again, the answer is no. Geraldine is never going to regain movement. And it's okay. I want you to be okay with it. I'm okay with it, right? It took time, and I know it will take time for you, I guess. But hey, and I don't want to be like, hey, get over it. I don't want to say that to you, but it is what it is. It's okay. You can be sad. I don't want you to be too sad, and don't stay sad for long because I'm not sad about it. I have moved on with my life. I am moving on, and Geraldine is fine. She doesn't help do anything. She's just a free occupant on my body. Yeah, I carry her around. She doesn't pay rent. She doesn't help with work. She's just here. She really is. Oh, let me show you her nails. Again, remember when I said Geraldine's nails grow so well? Look at that. And they are really sharp. So, secondly, I wanted to talk about the pain. And this is physical pain. Now, disclaimer again, this is about me telling you about me. This is about me telling you about me. Get it? Right? I'm not trying to offend anyone with any type of disability at all. And I may never understand all there is to know about a brachial plexus injury because it's a lot. Golly, when I look it up, I'm just like, oh, it's a lot. There's so many cases. It's so much, and I am not getting ready to read all that. I'm just not. I'm just not. Most of it, when I try to look up things, it's on repeat. It's like it's very repetitious. It's like I don't know if somebody just kind of plagiarized something and just kind of took this and just put it on their stuff, but it's just sometimes it's just the same thing, and I am not getting ready to keep reading that stuff over and over again. So my physical pain, in previous episodes, I told you that it was called stingers and burners. When I looked it up the other day, I learned that what I told you 9 times out of 10 is incorrect. Okay? Burners and stingers are for people who have had like sports injuries. Football, basketball, things like that. And they have fallen on their arms and things like that. And their arms and fingers may have those feelings. When I looked it up, when I put in brachial plexus injury, burners and stingers, it keeps reading the same thing, you know, like for sports injuries. And I'm like, yeah, but what about this right here? Blah, blah, blah. You know, and it never says anything about it. So I'm like, so that's not what it is? Because those were the perfect words for it. The stingers, so I say, were stinging. It felt like your hand is asleep and it's not trying to wake up, and that crazy tingle before you start regaining some type of movement in your hand, that moment right there when you're like, that's what this feels like. That I can wiggle my hand and massage my hand, kind of. And I don't know if me doing that and seeing myself do that kind of plays with my mind, so it kind of starts to ease up and stop. I just don't know. Now, I wish that mental thing would be the same when I have these so-called burners, because this burning thing is for the birds. That hurts so bad. And again, I don't know if it's phantom pains or what, but it wakes me up at night. And when it wakes me up at night, I'm like, oh God, please. It's the same prayer. Oh God, please. Please. I just want to get some rest. Because when I'm asleep, I'm really trying to get rest from both jobs. I'm trying to get some mental rest. I have worked all day. I have been talking. I've been talking about work, been talking about my arm, been talking about whatever, right? And I just want to be quiet, and I want to sleep and get some good rest. That's all. And I'm like, is that so hard to ask for? But maybe it is. And so a bad night, this area right here in my arm feels like something hot, not on my skin, but very close to my skin. Like if you have a candle and then you put the candle very close to your arm and you kind of just go back and forth, you know how hot that is, and you end up doing your arm like this. That's how that feels. But me doing this doesn't help. And that pain, it is very intense, and it lasts for like maybe 5 good seconds. And it's, and I'm like, and I'm sound asleep, and, and I'm trying to do my arm and rub it and all that, and that doesn't help, because it is going to, whatever the amount of time it lasts, is going to see itself through, and then it's going to start backing off. I can talk out loud. I'm like, oh, please stop hurting. Please don't start with this. Or I can be like, Geraldine, mentally, I'm like, Geraldine, please don't hurt me. You know, that part doesn't work. That burning sensation, I do not like that. That is intense, extreme pain. And I don't want to make light of it because, I mean, I can laugh about this injury at this point, for the most part. But that pain right there, no, I cannot, because that really, really hurts. And so it's like I don't know what to do, or you know, and the doctors don't know what to do. They're like, we don't know. It's just, you know, and so I'm having to ask them, like, is that phantom pains? And they're like, it very well could be, but we're not sure. Because my arm doesn't have feeling, it's like, how can I feel that? How am I able to feel that, but I can't feel anything else? Like, what is that about? Like, I have questions, you know, and the doctors have no answers. They don't have answers, folks. They don't know everything. They know a lot, but they don't know everything. And it's okay. This is a learning in progress. It is a journey. And guess what? I have to live this journey every day. I carry Geraldine daily. My arm is a constant reminder that my life is different. And I'm like, okay. So at my day job, I let Geraldine hang down. I'll place her on my lap if I'm sitting down, but when I'm walking, Geraldine is just popping my leg, and sometimes she might pat it. But when I go to my second job, I do put her in a sling because I'm moving around. I'm in a warehouse, and I don't want my arm to get stuck anywhere or touch dirty things or whatever. So I do put her up in a sling. So I hope that answered your question, Pat. Thank you for asking. I really appreciate it. I hope that you all learned a little bit more about the physical pain, because again, it's not every night. Every night I do have some type of pain, but it's not as intense as that one right there that wakes me up repeatedly. It will wake me up once or twice in the middle of the night in a 5 or 6 hour span. But the worst nights are the ones where it's kind of consistent, and I do not like that. Again, this is about me, for me, and I'm giving it to you, and I hope that it doesn't hurt you, because it doesn't hurt me. I love answering questions. Please ask whatever questions you have. New friends, old friends, it's okay. You can ask questions, and then in return I will ask, is it okay if I ask on YouTube, and you can tell me yes or no, and then we'll go from there with it. Ask your questions. I love question time. Question time! Anyway, I hope that you have had a great time. Thank you for joining me. Please make sure that you like and subscribe to my channel. And as always, have a great day. Bye, guys.